The night Suji asked for the truth, Jay finally spoke about the day he fell in love. Silence filled the room for a moment. Rain tapped softly against the window behind them, while the warm office lamp cast tired shadows across Jay's face. Finally, he spoke. Yes, you should know everything, Suji. You're not just our friend anymore. You've become family. Of course, you deserve to know. Suji looked at him carefully before asking the question she had already known the answer to. You love her, don't you? A faint smile appeared on Jace's lips. Since the moment I saw her. Suji slowly settled into the chair opposite him. How and where did you meet her? Jay leaned back slightly, his eyes drifting far away, as if the memories themselves were standing before him. In a children's home on East Coast Road, he said softly. It was her birthday, November 14th. And just like that, the past unfolded before him. Jacob Samuel was the younger son of Martin Samuel, a man once respected by everyone who knew him. Martin Samuel and Krishnamurti had been friends for more than 30 years. Born and raised in a small village near Pondicherry, they had come to Chennai together with nothing except dreams and determination. When computers first began entering India, Martin became fascinated with them. Both men learned programming and eventually started teaching it to others. One day, Martin proposed something bigger. What if we start our own software company? It sounded impossible at the time, but they took loans, bought systems, hired professionals, and slowly built a small partnership firm from scratch. The first year was brutal. Sleepless nights, cold office floors, missed meals, endless struggles. But success eventually came looking for the men who refused to give up. Clients started trusting them. Their company slowly earned respect. And somewhere during those years, Martin fell in love. Jansi had come seeking work as an office assistant. She came from a poor family and had never been able to continue her studies because of her circumstances. Martin fell for her almost immediately. Krishnamurti was the only family he truly had, and with his blessing, the wedding took place in a small church filled with simple happiness. 4 years later, when they opened their Pondicherry branch, John and Jacob had already been born. John, however, had different dreams. He always wanted to build his own life independently. After completing his MBA, he got placed in Germany and left without hesitation. Even during the hardest moments, when his father begged him to return because the company was drowning in crisis, John never came back. By the time Jacob was studying engineering in college, Martin Samuel had become a broken man. Alcohol slowly destroyed him. The company began collapsing under losses. Clients disappeared. Debts grew. Jansi's jewelry was pledged. Properties were sold. Their once respected company was struggling to survive. Then one day, during Jacob's second year of college, his life changed forever. Their driver came hurried into the classroom and told Jacob his father was no more. And just like that, his college life ended. The dreams of being an ordinary engineering student disappeared overnight. Jacob stepped into the company not because he wanted power, but because he couldn't let his father's name die with him. Krishnamurti's health also began failing after Martin's death. Losing his best friend shattered him completely. Within a year, he too passed away. After that, Satish, Krishnamurti's son and Jacob's childhood best friend, stood beside him as partner. Together, they rebuilt everything, slowly, painfully, relentlessly. For 2 years, Jacob worked day and night until both company branches began earning steady profits again. But there was one thing he refused to abandon. Martin Samuel had once started a trust to help poor children continue their education. Jacob decided to continue funding it. He believed his father would have wanted that legacy to live on. And one ordinary visit to the trust changed his entire life. That day, Jay had gone to the children's home to discuss donations and address the children's needs. He was waiting at the administrative office for the Mother Superior who had gone out for an event. And then he heard it, a voice, soft, sweet, yet strangely powerful. Someone was singing Bharadiyar's Chinnanjarikiliye. Jay froze. Something about that voice reached straight into his soul. Without realizing it, he followed the sound down the hallway. And then he saw her, Jules. She stood behind a row of birthday candles, their golden light dancing across her face. She wore a simple blue salwar. To Jay, she looked like an angel who had accidentally fallen to earth. Then she laughed. And in that single moment, Jacob Samuel lost his heart completely. Children surrounded her, clapping excitedly after she blew out the candles. Jay stood there silently, unable to move, mesmerized. Jules cut the cake and bent down to feed a little girl standing beside her. The child immediately kissed her cheek. And for one ridiculous second, Jay found himself wishing he could trade places with that child. Because life suddenly seemed very unfair to a man who had fallen in love within seconds. Suji smiled softly while listening to him. For the first time that night, she saw something peaceful in Jay's eyes. Not pain, love, pure love. Then she leaned forward curiously. So, did you talk to her? Jay smiled faintly, and the memory pulled him deeper into the past. Did Jay talk to her that day? Or did fate have another plan for them? Stay right here with me for the next episode. This is Between Love and Truth, where love is deep and truth runs deeper than we think. Thanks for listening.